The 4th of July, a day etched in our calendars for vibrant fireworks displays, joyous family gatherings, and the celebration of freedom, became, in Central Texas in 2025, a night of unprecedented terror and unforeseen devastation. The skies, instead of being illuminated by celebratory explosions, were darkened by ominous storm clouds. Instead of the usual festive atmosphere, with communities united in celebration, a relentless torrential downpour descended upon the region, unleashing a historic and catastrophic flood that would forever alter the landscape and the lives of its inhabitants. The picturesque Texas Hill Country, known for its rolling hills and tranquil rivers, was violently transformed into a scene of utter chaos and destruction. The Guadalupe River, normally a gentle, inviting waterway, a beloved symbol of summer joy and recreation, swelled with terrifying and unimaginable speed, its waters surging beyond all previous records. The river rose an astounding 26 feet in a mere 45 minutes, a rate of increase that defied comprehension and left residents scrambling for safety. Those who witnessed the event firsthand described a monstrous wall of water, an unstoppable force of nature, roaring downstream with a deafening sound, carrying with it the weight of the storm and the threat of complete annihilation. This relentless surge of water obliterated everything that stood in its path, leaving behind a trail of unimaginable destruction. Homes, once safe havens, bridges, vital links connecting communities, and even ancient, towering trees, some centuries old, were uprooted and swept away as if they were mere twigs. The very landscape of the hill country was irrevocably rewritten overnight, its familiar features erased by the sheer power of the flood. The receding waters revealed a scene of utter devastation and profound heartbreak, a stark reminder of the night's fury. As dawn tentatively broke through the dissipating clouds, casting a pale light across the ravaged landscape, the true, horrifying scale of the disaster began to emerge, painting a grim picture of the challenges that lay ahead. Entire neighborhoods were submerged beneath the murky floodwaters, homes reduced to mere silhouettes in the distance, and an eerie silence replaced the usual sounds of morning life, a silence broken only by the distant drone of rescue vehicles. Rescue helicopters hovered anxiously overhead, their rotors beating against the stillness of the air, while on the ground, families searched desperately for missing loved ones, their faces etched with worry and despair. The Texas Hill Country, once a symbol of serene beauty and peaceful living, was now a designated disaster zone, a landscape scarred by the ravages of the flood. The relentless deluge had finally ended, the storm clouds slowly beginning to dissipate, but the arduous journey of rescue, recovery, and rebuilding was only just beginning, a long and challenging road ahead for the affected communities. For the people of Central Texas, July 5th dawned on a world forever changed, a landscape transformed, and a community united in the face of unimaginable adversity. The true cost of a disaster of this magnitude is not simply measured in dollars and cents, or in the rebuilding of infrastructure. It is measured in lives lost, and families shattered, their worlds irrevocably changed. The emotional scars run deep, a constant reminder of the devastation. As of July 7th, the grim reality continues to unfold. At least 81 people are confirmed dead, a number that reflects unimaginable loss and suffering. Each number represents a life cut short, a story unfinished. These precious lives were lost in the Central Texas floods, a tragedy that has gripped the entire region. The floodwaters have receded, but the pain remains. Among them, men, women, from all walks of life, and many children, their innocent faces now etched in our collective memory. Futures stolen in an instant, dreams washed away by the relentless current. The loss of these young lives is particularly heartbreaking. Dozens remain missing, their fates uncertain. Their families are clinging to hope, desperately awaiting news, any news, that might bring their loved ones home. The agony of waiting is unbearable. As search efforts continue, time is of the essence. Every hour that passes diminishes the chances of a positive outcome. Kerr County suffered the worst, bearing the brunt of this devastating natural disaster. The county has reported 68 fatalities, a staggering number that underscores the sheer force of the flood. This includes 28 children, a heartbreaking statistic that will forever haunt the community. Rescue crews navigate debris-filled waters, searching for the missing, facing treacherous conditions and overwhelming sorrow. Survivors recall the chaos, the sheer terror of the rapidly rising waters. Families separated in the frantic rush to escape the floodwaters, parents fighting to save their children, risking their own lives in the process. Each name on the growing list of victims is a neighbor, a friend, a loved one, a vital part of the community fabric. The grief is overwhelming, a palpable weight that hangs heavy in the air. But the search for closure goes on, driven by the unwavering hope of finding those who are still missing. Central Texas mourns, its heart broken by the immensity of the loss. Yet, the community stands united in sorrow and determination, vowing to rebuild and remember those who were lost. Amidst the overwhelming destruction, a landscape scarred by nature's fury, we find ourselves face to face with the raw aftermath of the flood. Homes reduced to rubble, personal belongings scattered like leaves in the wind. The scene is a stark reminder of the power of water and the fragility of human existence. The silence is broken only by the distant hum of emergency vehicles, a constant echo of the ongoing crisis. From this chaos, stories of survival and heartbreaking loss begin to emerge, each one a testament to the human capacity for both incredible resilience and profound grief. These are the narratives that cut through the statistics, the personal accounts that reveal the true cost of this disaster. One family, huddled together and trapped in their attic as the floodwaters relentlessly rose, faced an unimaginable terror. The water crept higher and higher, threatening to engulf them entirely, their hope dwindling with each passing moment. They were rescued by helicopter at the last possible moment, plucked from the jaws of the flood in a daring operation. The relief on their faces as they were lifted to safety was palpable, a stark contrast to the fear that had gripped them just moments before. But for every rescue, there is a corresponding loss, a void left behind by those who couldn't be saved, a stark reminder of the indiscriminate nature of tragedy. The rescuers work tirelessly, knowing that with every life saved, there are others they are unable to reach in time. One such story is that of a father swept away from his daughters, desperately fighting the current until he was found clinging to a tree, alone and heartbroken, the floodwaters a constant reminder of his devastating loss. The image of him, isolated and grief-stricken, is a haunting symbol of the flood's cruel impact. First responders recount the harrowing experiences of saving children, pulling them from the floodwaters and carrying them to safety, their small bodies trembling with cold and fear. These children, now survivors, ask for their parents, their innocent questions echoing in the crowded shelters, a painful reminder of the families torn apart and the uncertain future that awaits them. They may never see their parents again, their lives forever marked by this tragedy. The emotional toll on the rescuers is immense. They are the first witnesses to the devastation, the first to offer comfort and support, and the first to grapple with the sheer scale of the tragedy. They witness both incredible hope and unimaginable grief, carrying the weight of these experiences long after their shifts end. The scenes they encounter will forever be etched in their memories. Shelters are overflowing, filled with families anxiously waiting for news of loved ones, their faces etched with worry and uncertainty. The air is thick with anticipation and fear as they cling to the hope of reunion. They share photos and cherished memories of those who are still missing, desperately seeking any information that might lead to their safe return. Each shared story is a testament to the enduring power of love and the unwavering hope that refuses to be extinguished. A woman clutches a faded photo of her missing parents, her eyes filled with a mixture of grief and determination, a silent promise that she will not rest until she knows their fate. She is refusing to give up hope, clinging to the belief that they are still out there, waiting to be found. Her resilience is a beacon of strength in the face of overwhelming adversity. These individual stories transform the flood from a mere statistic, a collection of numbers and data points, to a deeply human tragedy, a tapestry woven with threads of loss, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit. It is a reminder that behind every number there is a face, a name, and a story. The voices of survivors and the accounts of the selfless rescuers will echo long after the floodwaters recede, serving as a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. Courage and heartbreak are inextricably woven together in every account, creating a complex and moving narrative of survival and loss. These stories are a powerful reminder of the importance of community, compassion, and unwavering hope. The community's pain is raw and palpable, a collective grief that hangs heavy in the air, a shared burden that they must carry together. But so is its resilience, its unwavering determination to rebuild and recover, to support one another through the darkest of times. The spirit of community shines brightly amidst the devastation. Each story is a poignant reminder of what was lost, the lives, the homes, the sense of security, and what endures, the unwavering human spirit, the bonds of community, and the hope for a brighter future. In the face of unimaginable tragedy, the human spirit fights to survive, to rebuild and to remember, ensuring that the lessons learned from this disaster will never be forgotten. Camp Mystic, a beloved summer haven for girls, became the flood's most tragic stage. On July 4th, 750 campers and staff faced a nightmare as the river rose with terrifying speed. Counselors rushed to move children to higher ground, but the flood swept through, destroying cabins and scattering campers. Initial reports of 27 missing girls sent shockwaves through families. Some were found, but 10 campers and 1 counselor remain unaccounted for. The camp, once filled with laughter, now stands as a somber memorial. Parents wait in anguish, hoping for miracles. Camp Mystic's tragedy is a stark reminder of nature's unpredictable power. In crisis, true heroes emerge. Dick Eastland, Camp Mystic's co-owner and director, embodied selfless courage. As floodwaters surged, he led evacuation efforts, guiding children and staff to safety. He waded into danger repeatedly, refusing to leave anyone behind. His final act, attempting to rescue trapped campers, he was overcome by the current. Dick Eastland gave his life to save others, a legacy of ultimate sacrifice. His leadership and bravery saved countless lives that night. The community mourns his loss, but his story inspires hope and gratitude. He is remembered as a guardian, mentor, and savior. His memory will forever be part of Camp Mystic's story. In the darkest hour, Dick Eastland's courage shone brightest. As disaster unfolded, a massive rescue operation began across Central Texas. First responders from all levels rushed in helicopters, filling the skies above flooded towns. Over 160 air rescues were conducted in the first days. 850 people were saved thanks to the bravery of rescue teams. The U.S. Coast Guard, more used to the sea than the hill country, rescued over 200 people near Kerrville. Crews risked their lives lowering rescue swimmers into dangerous waters. Their efforts were a lifeline for hundreds. As rescue shifts to recovery, the heroism of these teams stands as a testament to what's possible in crisis. Because of them, hundreds survived the flood. Before official help arrived, the community became its own first responders. Texans with boats and courage set out to rescue neighbors braving dangerous currents. Ranchers on horseback, citizens in fishing boats, everyone pitched in. Churches and schools became shelters, volunteers brought food and comfort. Donations poured in, uniting people across divides. The NFL Foundation, Dallas Cowboys, and Houston Texans contributed $1.5 million to relief efforts. Local businesses and teens organized drives showing the power of grassroots action. This is not a story of helplessness, but of resilience and unity. The floodwaters destroyed homes, but not the Texas spirit. The devastation overwhelmed local resources, prompting swift federal action. A major disaster declaration unlocked vital funding for housing, repairs, and recovery. Grants and low-cost loans are helping families rebuild and find shelter. Crisis counseling and unemployment aid address both physical and emotional needs. The process is complex, but the message is clear. Central Texas is not alone. Federal, state, and local agencies are working together to rebuild shattered communities. Recovery will be long, but support is strong and unwavering. As floodwaters recede, hope rises from the devastation. Search crews persist, survivors express gratitude, and the community's resolve grows. Governor Abbott warns of more rain, but determination outweighs fear. The journey to rebuild will be long, but kindness and solidarity are already laying the foundation. Central Texas's strength lies in its people, unbroken by disaster. This flood will be remembered for its sorrow and for its humanity. It's a story of loss, but also of love and courage. Heroes like Dick Eastland, selfless volunteers, and ordinary people define this chapter. Together, they face the dawn, ready to heal and rebuild. The spirit of Central Texas endures, unbreakable, united, and full of hope.